Ladies and gentlemen, today we gather to explore the only three paths to mastery that can lead you to achieve anything you desire in life. The journey to mastery is not just a series of actions, it's a transformational process that shapes who you are and what you can accomplish. So let's dive into these paths together. To achieve anything significant, you must begin with clarity. What do you truly want? What does mastery look like for you? Take the time to define your vision with absolute precision. The clearer your vision, the stronger your focus becomes. Write it down. Visualize it daily. Your mind is a powerful tool, and when you direct it towards a specific goal, you ignite the passion within you. Remember, a powerful vision is the compass that will guide you through the storms of uncertainty. Now that you have your vision, it's time to take action. Mastery isn't built overnight. It requires consistent, disciplined effort. Each day, commit to taking small steps toward your goals. These may seem insignificant at first, but over time, they compound into monumental achievements. When challenges arise, your commitment to consistent action will propel you forward. So embrace the grind, relish the journey, and trust that every step you take is bringing you closer to your dreams. Failure is a part of the journey, but here's the secret: failure is not the end, it's an essential ingredient of mastery. Each setback holds invaluable lessons. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it. Analyze what went wrong, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward. Your failures do not define you, they refine you. Remember, every successful person has faced adversity. It's how you respond to it that will determine your level of mastery. Now, as you navigate these paths, surround yourself with mentors and role models. Learn from their journeys and experiences. Adaptability is your ally, and resilience will be your shield. Cultivate a mindset that embraces growth and never stop learning. Mastery is not a destination, it's a continuous journey. In closing, I invite you to commit to these paths. Embrace the clarity of vision, take consistent action, and learn from every experience, especially the failures. The mastery you seek is not out of reach, it lies within your grasp, waiting for you to claim it. Now go out there and achieve anything you desire. When you think about mastery, whether it's in your career, relationships, health, or personal development, it all starts with one thing: clarity of vision. This isn't just about having a vague idea of what you want or setting superficial goals. I'm talking about a crystal clear, unshakable vision that ignites your soul, fuels your passion, and gives meaning to every single action you take. You see, without clarity, you're drifting, you're moving, but you're not progressing, you're busy, but you're not productive. Imagine getting in your car and just driving with no destination in mind. You might travel far, but you won't reach anywhere meaningful. That's how most people live their lives. They have no specific destination, no clear target, and so they spin their wheels, working hard, but not making any real progress. Clarity of vision changes everything. It gives you purpose, direction, and focus. It allows you to channel your energy and efforts into something that truly matters to you. It's about defining what you want so vividly that you can see it, taste it, feel it like it's already real. The more specific you can be, the more powerful your vision becomes. It's not enough to say, I want success. What does success look like for you? Is it building a thriving business? Is it becoming an expert in your field? Is it having deep, meaningful relationships? Be specific. Paint a picture in your mind so clear that it pulls you toward it every single day. Now, why is this so important? Because life is going to throw distractions, challenges, and detours at you. There will be days when you feel overwhelmed, when you're tempted to quit, when the obstacles seem insurmountable. And in those moments, your clarity of vision becomes your anchor. It keeps you grounded. It reminds you why you started in the first place and why you must keep going. Clarity of vision also drives your decisions. When you know exactly what you want, every decision you make either brings you closer to or further away from that vision. It eliminates the noise. You stop saying yes to everything and start saying no to the things that don't align with your goals.
You stop wasting time on distractions and focus on what truly matters. Your vision becomes the filter through which every choice is made.
But here's the thing, it's not just about writing down a goal and hoping for the best. Clarity of vision is dynamic, it evolves. It's about consistently refining that vision as you grow, as your circumstances change, and as you gain new insights. Don't be afraid to adjust it. Mastery is a journey, and as you walk that path, you'll discover new layers of potential within yourself. Your vision will expand as you do. And let's talk about emotional connection, because this is key. Clarity isn't just an intellectual exercise, it has to connect with you on an emotional level. Your vision has to light a fire within you. It has to stir something deep inside that drives you forward. Even when the going gets tough, it's not just about what you want, it's about why you want it. The stronger your why, the more unstoppable you become. When you have a vision that is aligned with your deepest desires, with who you truly are, it doesn't feel like work, it feels like purpose, it feels like destiny. It's like a magnet. The clearer your vision, the more you start attracting the people, opportunities, and resources you need to make it a reality. When you're laser focused, you start seeing possibilities that others miss. You recognize opportunities that others overlook. Things that once seemed out of reach start aligning because your mind is now tuned into exactly what you need to achieve. So take the time to craft your vision, write it down, revisit it daily, picture it in your mind like it's already done, feel it in your body. Let it be the force that guides you through every challenge, every setback, every triumph. Because once you have that kind of clarity, nothing can stop you. Your vision becomes your North Star, guiding you toward mastery and everything you want to achieve in life. Once you have a clear vision, the next essential step toward mastery is taking consistent action. This is where most people fall short, because it's easy to get excited about a goal, to dream big and imagine a better future. But dreams don't build themselves. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is only closed by one thing: action. And not just any action, consistent, purposeful, and relentless action. Consistency is the difference maker. It's what separates those who merely wish for success from those who actually achieve it. Anyone can work hard for a day or a week, but the real question is, are you willing to put in the effort day after day, week after week, year after year, even when you don't see immediate results? Mastery requires this level of dedication because it's not a one-time event, it's a continuous process of growth and improvement. Now, here's the truth that no one talks about: taking action isn't always glamorous. It's not always exciting. In fact, it can be boring, tedious, and downright uncomfortable at times. But this is where consistency matters most. You see, the real breakthroughs in life often come after long periods of effort where it feels like nothing is happening. It's like planting a seed. You water it, you tend to it, and for a long time it seems like there's no change. But beneath the surface, things are happening. Roots are growing. And one day, seemingly out of nowhere, that seed breaks through the soil and begins to flourish. Your actions are the same way. Every small, consistent effort compounds over time. It might not feel like you're making progress in the moment, but every time you show up, you're building momentum. Every time you take a step forward, no matter how small, you're moving closer to your vision. It's like building muscle. You don't see immediate results after one workout. But if you keep showing up, day after day, week after day, week after week, eventually the changes become undeniable. This is the power of consistency. Small actions taken repeatedly over time lead to massive results. Consistent action doesn't mean blind action. It's not about staying busy or just going through the motions. It's about taking deliberate, focused actions that move you toward your goals. A lot of people mistake activity for productivity. They fill their days with tasks, but those tasks don't actually push them forward. To master anything, you need to be intentional with your time and energy. Ask yourself, is this action bringing me closer to my vision, or is it just a distraction? They expect instant results. They want to put in the effort today and see the rewards tomorrow. But mastery doesn't work like that. You have to be patient. You have to trust the process. Success is often invisible at first. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who keep going, even when they can't see the finish line yet. They understand that mastery is a long game, and they're willing to keep putting in the work, knowing that each step forward is one step closer to their goal. Another critical aspect of consistent action is discipline. Motivation will get you started, but it's discipline that will keep you going. Because let's be real, there will be days when you don't feel like taking action. There will be times when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you doubt yourself. It's in those moments that your discipline kicks in. You take action not because you feel like it, but because you've committed to it. That's the difference between those who achieve mastery and those who fall short. The people who master their craft are the ones who take action even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient, even when they don't want to. Consistency also creates habits. The more you take action, the easier it becomes. What feels difficult at first starts to feel natural over time. This is the beauty of the process at first. You're pushing yourself, but eventually the momentum shifts and your actions start to push you. The more consistent you are, the more you begin to develop the habits of mastery. And once something becomes a habit, it no longer requires the same level of effort. It becomes automatic. That's when you start to see exponential growth, because now you're operating from a place of mastery rather than struggling to achieve it. But consistency doesn't mean you won't face setbacks. There will be failures, mistakes, and detours along the way. That's part of the process. What matters is how you respond to those setbacks. Do you let them stop you, or do you use them as fuel to keep moving forward? The key is to stay committed to the process, no matter what. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, to adjust, and to come back stronger. Consistency isn't about being perfect, it's about being persistent. Ultimately, consistent action is about building trust with yourself. Every time you follow through on a commitment, you strengthen your confidence and belief in your own ability to succeed. You prove to yourself that you can be counted on to do the work, even when it's hard. And that self-trust is one of the most powerful tools you can have on the path to mastery. Because when you trust yourself, nothing can stop you. Mastery is not a sprint, it's a marathon. The secret is not in the grand gestures or the occasional bursts of effort, it's in the daily, consistent actions you take. The small steps taken day after day are what lead to extraordinary results. Stay the course, keep taking action, and before you know it, you'll look back and realize that you've achieved far more than you ever thought possible. Failure is an unavoidable part of the journey to mastery, and it's one of the most misunderstood. Most people see failure as something to fear, something that signifies they're not cut out for the path they've chosen. But here's the truth: failure is not the enemy of success, it's a critical part of it. The people who achieve mastery in any area of life are the ones who learn how to embrace failure, to extract the lessons from it, and to keep moving forward, stronger and more resilient than before. The first thing you need to understand is that failure is feedback. It's not a dead end, it's a signal, a guidepost showing you where adjustments are needed. When you fail, it's simply the world's way of telling you that something in your approach isn't working yet. Instead of seeing failure as a judgment on your abilities or your potential, see it for what it really is: information. It's an opportunity to recalibrate, to refine your strategy, and to try again with a smarter, more effective approach. This shift in perspective changes everything because it removes the emotional sting of failure and turns it into something valuable. What separates those who master their craft from those who give up is how they respond to failure. Most people let it stop them. They hit a roadblock, feel the sting of defeat, and convince themselves that they weren't meant for this after all. But the truth is, every failure is a test of your commitment, your resilience, and your willingness to learn. The people who succeed don't avoid failure, they expect it. They understand that the road to mastery is filled with obstacles and setbacks, and they're prepared to face them head on. They don't see failure as a reflection of their worth, but as an inevitable part of growth. It's important to remember that failure isn't permanent unless you make it so. The moment you stop trying is the moment you failed. Until then, every setback is just a temporary obstacle. And within every obstacle is a lesson waiting to be uncovered. The key is to develop the ability to look at your failures with a sense of curiosity rather than frustration or shame. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What went wrong? And how can I improve next time? When you approach failure with this mindset, it becomes your greatest teacher. Now, let's be real, failure can be painful. It can knock the wind out of you, shake your confidence, and make you question everything. But it's in those moments that the real growth happens. It's easy to feel confident when everything is going smoothly, but it's in the face of failure that you discover your true strength. When you get back up after a setback, you're not just resuming the journey, you're building resilience, mental toughness, and a deeper understanding of yourself and your goals. These are the qualities that lead to mastery. The people who achieve greatness in any field are not the ones who never fail, they are the ones who fail the most and learn the most from those failures. They understand that failure is not something to avoid, but something to lean into. The more willing you are to take risks and step outside your comfort zone, the more you'll fail and the more you'll grow. Failure is a byproduct of pushing yourself beyond your current limits, and it's in that space outside of your comfort zone that real mastery happens. If you're not failing from time to time, you're probably not challenging yourself enough. One of the most powerful things you can do when you fail is to detach from the outcome and focus on the process. Mastery is not about achieving a perfect result every time, it's about continuous improvement. When you focus solely on the outcome, every failure feels like a disaster because it represents falling short of your goal. But when you focus on the process, the learning, the growth, the refinement of your skills, failure becomes just another step along the way. You begin to see it as part of the process of mastery, not something that derails it. It's also crucial to recognize that failure can bring valuable insights that success often cannot. When everything is going well, it's easy to get complacent. You might not dig deep enough to understand why you're succeeding, and you may miss opportunities for improvement. Failure, on the other hand, forces you to stop, reflect, and analyze. It shines a light on your weaknesses, your blind spots, and the areas where you need to grow. These are the lessons that propel you forward, making you stronger and more capable than you were before. Failure also teaches humility, which is an essential trait on the path to mastery. It reminds you that no matter how skilled or knowledgeable you become, there will always be more to learn. It keeps you grounded, open to feedback, and willing to make adjustments. Humility is what allows you to keep evolving even as you achieve higher and higher levels of success. Without failure to keep you humble, you risk becoming stagnant or overconfident, which can be just as detrimental as giving up. Another vital aspect of learning from failure is understanding that it's not just about you. Your failures can also benefit others. When you share your struggles, your setbacks, and what you've learned from them, you become a source of inspiration and wisdom for those around you. Failure, when approached with the right mindset, can turn you into a better leader, mentor, and guide for others who are walking the same path. Your willingness to be vulnerable about your failures not only strengthens you, but also empowers those around you to embrace their own challenges with courage and determination. Ultimately, learning from failure is about developing a mindset that sees challenges not as threats, but as opportunities for growth. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't shy away from difficulty, but instead runs toward it, knowing that every failure brings with it the seeds of future success. The faster you fail, the faster you learn, and the faster you learn, the closer you get to mastery. So welcome failure, don't fear it or avoid it. Instead, use it, learn from it, let it shape you, refine you, and propel you forward. Because in every failure lies the potential for your greatest breakthroughs, and those who learn how to master failure are the ones who ultimately master life. One of the most powerful accelerators on the path to mastery is mentorship and having models to follow. While many people try to go it alone, believing they must figure everything out by themselves, those who truly understand the path to greatness know that mentorship can dramatically shorten the learning curve and save you from countless unnecessary mistakes. It's one of the greatest hacks to success because it allows you to leverage the wisdom, experience, and knowledge of those who've already walked the path you're trying to master. When you have a mentor, you gain access to insights that can take you years to learn on your own. Think about it, why spend years making mistakes when someone who's already been through it can show you a more effective way? A great mentor doesn't just teach you what to do, they guide you through what not to do. They can help you avoid the common pitfalls, bad decisions, and wasted time that most people fall into when pursuing mastery. A mentor can be your mirror, your sounding board, and your biggest challenger. They see your potential even when you might doubt yourself, and they hold you to a higher standard. But mentorship is more than just receiving advice or guidance. It's about being in proximity to someone who has already achieved what you're striving for. When you are around people who have reached a level of mastery, something incredible happens. You start to see the world the way they see it. Their mindset, their habits, their approach to problems start to influence you. This is powerful because so much of success comes down to how you think and how you perceive the challenges in front of you. A mentor can shift your thinking in ways that books or theory never can. What makes a mentor invaluable is their experience. They've been through the trenches, they've faced setbacks, experienced failures, and figured out how to navigate obstacles you haven't even encountered yet. They know what works and, more importantly, what doesn't. A mentor can often see the bigger picture, spotting patterns or issues that might not be obvious to you because you're too close to the situation. Their perspective can give you clarity when you're stuck or confused, and they can offer solutions that might never have occurred to you. But having a mentor isn't just about finding someone who's been successful. The best mentors are the ones who genuinely care about your growth. They challenge you to go beyond what's comfortable and push you to think bigger, work harder, and reach deeper within yourself. A mentor doesn't just teach you skills, they shape your mindset and character. They hold you accountable to your highest potential, even when you want to settle for less. When you have someone who believes in you, who's walked the road you're on, it makes the journey less daunting because you know you're not alone. They've been where you are and they know the way forward. Now, mentors come in many forms. They don't always have to be someone you meet with weekly or monthly. You can have virtual mentors, people whose work, teachings, and philosophies guide you, even if you've never met them in person. Some of the greatest mentors in history have passed down their wisdom through books, videos, and speeches. You can model their strategies, habits, and thinking processes. In today's world, the access to mentors is limitless if you know where to look. There are biographies, interviews, online courses, all allowing you to learn from the greatest minds in any field. That brings us to modeling. One of the quickest ways to achieve mastery in any area is to find someone who has already achieved the level of success you're aiming for and model what they did. Success leaves clues. If someone has already reached the pinnacle of what you're striving for, they've likely followed certain patterns, developed certain habits, and made specific choices that led to their success. By studying these individuals, you can begin to replicate their strategies in your own life. But it's not just about copying actions, it's about understanding the mindset behind those actions. Why did they make certain decisions? How did they handle adversity? What kind of thought processes led them to innovate or push through challenges? By modeling their thinking as well as their behavior, you're not just mimicking success, you're internalizing it. You start to adopt the same approach to problems, opportunities, and challenges as they did, which is what ultimately leads to mastery. One important thing to understand about mentorship and modeling is that it's not about becoming a carbon copy of someone else. It's about learning the principles and practices that led them to success and then adapting those to your own journey. Your path will be unique and you'll need to make it your own, but having a mentor or model gives you a roadmap. It's like having a GPS for your journey to mastery. You can still take your own route, but you're guided by the knowledge of someone who has already reached the destination. Another key advantage of mentorship is that it provides you with accountability. When you're working towards a goal alone, it's easy to slack off, lose focus, or get distracted. But when you have a mentor who's checking in on your progress, who's expecting you to take action and report back, it raises your level of commitment. It creates a sense of responsibility, not just to yourself, but to someone else who's invested in your growth. This accountability can be the difference between staying consistent and giving up when things get tough. Mentorship also accelerates your learning. What might take you 5 years to figure out on your own, a mentor can teach you in a fraction of the time. They know the shortcuts, the strategies, and the key areas to focus on. When you have someone guiding you, you're not wasting time on unnecessary distractions. You can go straight to what works. This doesn't mean skipping the hard work or avoiding challenges. It means being more efficient in your efforts. A mentor can help you refine your process so that every step you take moves you closer to mastery. Finally, mentorship and modeling help you expand your vision of what's possible. Sometimes our biggest limitation is our own belief system. We don't know what we're truly capable of because we've never seen it done before. But when you have a mentor who has already achieved greatness, or when you model someone who has reached extraordinary heights, it expands your understanding of what's possible for you. It shows you that the limits you thought existed are just illusions. You see that if they can do it, so can you. This belief shift can be transformative because once you believe something is possible, you start to act in alignment with that belief. In summary, mentorship and modeling are not optional on the path to mastery, they are essential. They allow you to tap into the wisdom, experience, and success of others, giving you the tools, insights, and inspiration you need to accelerate your own growth. They save you time, help you avoid mistakes, hold you accountable, and expand your vision of what's possible. With the right mentor and the right models, the journey to mastery becomes not only achievable, but inevitable. One of the most crucial traits you need to develop on the path to mastery is adaptability coupled with resilience. These two qualities form the backbone of long-term success because the journey toward any worthwhile goal is rarely a straight line. There will be unexpected twists, obstacles, and changes that will test your commitment, your creativity, and your endurance. How you respond to these challenges will define whether you rise to the level of mastery or whether you get stuck and give up when the going gets tough. Adaptability is your ability to adjust to new circumstances, to pivot when the situation demands it, and to remain flexible in your approach. No matter how clear your vision is or how detailed your plan, life will throw curveballs. You may face economic changes, industry shifts, personal setbacks, or unforeseen challenges that force you to rethink your strategy. The key is to not be so rigid in your approach that you crumble when things don't go according to plan. Instead, see every challenge as an opportunity to innovate, to evolve, and to find a new way forward. Adaptability doesn't mean abandoning your goal at the first sign of trouble. It means being willing to adjust the method to achieve that goal. This requires a mindset shift. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, start seeing them as feedback. Every challenge you face is offering you information about what's working and what's not. The quicker you can interpret that feedback and adjust, the faster you'll progress. People who are adaptable don't waste time complaining about how things should have gone. They quickly assess the new reality, make necessary changes, and move forward. One of the greatest examples of adaptability can be seen in the lives of entrepreneurs and innovators. Take someone like Thomas Edison, for example, who famously conducted thousands of experiments before successfully inventing the light bulb. Edison didn't see those failed experiments as defeats, he saw them as data points. Each failure taught him something new, helped him refine his approach, and brought him one step closer to success. He adapted with every setback. This ability to remain flexible and learn from failure is essential for anyone seeking mastery. But adaptability alone isn't enough. It needs to be paired with resilience, the inner strength that allows you to bounce back from adversity and keep going no matter how difficult things get. Resilience is what gives you the grit to endure the hard times, to push through pain, frustration, and disappointment. It's what keeps you standing when others have given up. While adaptability is about adjusting to change, resilience is about maintaining your resolve and pushing forward despite setbacks. Resilience is forged in the fire of difficulty. It's not something you're born with, it's something you develop through experience. Every time you face a challenge and choose to keep going, you strengthen your resilience. It's like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And just like muscles grow from resistance, your resilience grows from facing and overcoming difficulties. But resilience isn't just about surviving hardship, it's about thriving because of it. Resilient people don't just bounce back to where they were before the setback, they use adversity to propel themselves forward. They see challenges as opportunities for growth. They understand that setbacks are not permanent failures, but temporary detours that can ultimately make them stronger and more capable. This mindset is what allows them to not just endure challenges, but to come out the other side better than before. The journey to mastery is full of moments where you will be tested. You might lose motivation, face external pressures, or experience personal struggles. Without resilience, it's easy to get discouraged and lose sight of your vision. But resilient people understand that pain and difficulty are part of the process. They expect challenges and prepare themselves mentally for the inevitable obstacles. Instead of being surprised by hardship, they embrace it as a necessary component of growth. Resilience also requires a deep sense of purpose. The stronger your why, the more resilient you will be. When you have a clear, compelling reason for pursuing your goal, you're less likely to give up when things get tough. Purpose acts as a source of fuel that keeps you going even when the road gets rocky. It reminds you that the discomfort, the setbacks, and the challenges are all part of the price you're willing to pay to achieve something great. One of the key components of both adaptability and resilience is maintaining a growth mindset. This means seeing challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to learn and improve. When you believe that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning, you become much more adaptable and resilient. A fixed mindset, on the other hand, leads to fear of failure and avoidance of challenges because you see them as reflections of your inherent worth or ability. A growth mindset allows you to view failure as part of the process of getting better, which is essential for both adapting to change and bouncing back from setbacks. Resilience also requires emotional regulation. When things go wrong, it's easy to get overwhelmed by frustration, anger, or despair. But resilient people know how to manage their emotions in the face of adversity. They understand that while emotions are natural, they don't have to control their actions. They take a step back, assess the situation calmly, and make decisions from a place of clarity rather than reacting impulsively out of frustration or fear. This emotional intelligence is a key factor in maintaining resilience because it prevents you from getting derailed by temporary emotions and helps you stay focused on the long-term goal. Another important aspect of resilience is maintaining perspective. When you're in the midst of a challenge, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture and feel like the current obstacle is insurmountable. But resilient people have the ability to step back and see the challenge in context. They know that every setback is temporary and that it's just one chapter in a much larger story. This perspective allows them to keep moving forward, even when things seem tough, because they trust that they will overcome the current obstacle and continue progressing toward their goal. Building adaptability and resilience is also about surrounding yourself with the right people. The company you keep has a significant impact on your ability to stay adaptable and resilient. If you're surrounded by negative, defeatist individuals, it's going to be much harder to maintain your own resilience. But if you're around people who encourage you, challenge you, and remind you of your strengths, it becomes much easier to bounce back from setbacks and adjust to change. These are the people who help you stay focused on the big picture, who remind you of your purpose when you start to waver, and who push you to keep going when you feel like giving up.
In the end, adaptability and resilience are not just traits you need to survive the journey to mastery, they're traits you need to thrive along the way. They allow you to navigate the inevitable challenges, changes, and setbacks with grace and determination.
They enable you to stay flexible in your approach while remaining steadfast in your commitment. And most importantly, they help you turn every obstacle into an opportunity for growth, pushing you closer and closer to achieving your vision. When you cultivate adaptability, you become someone who can handle any situation that comes your way. When you develop resilience, you become someone who can endure any setback and keep moving forward.
Together, these qualities make you unstoppable, because no matter what life throws at you, you'll be ready to adapt, overcome, and continue your journey toward mastery.
Mastering your mindset is the foundation for achieving anything in life. It's not just about what you do, but how you think. Your mindset shapes every decision, every action, and every result you produce. It's the lens through which you view the world, and it determines whether you see challenges as opportunities or threats, whether you believe in your potential or doubt your abilities. Those who achieve mastery in any area of life have learned to cultivate a mindset that supports their goals, empowers them to push through obstacles, and drives them to keep growing no matter what. One of the first things to understand about mindset mastery is that it's a choice. It's not something you're born with or without. It's something you can actively cultivate. Many people think their mindset is fixed, but the truth is you have control over how you think and what you focus on. Every day and every moment you have the power to choose thoughts that empower you or thoughts that hold you back. The challenge is learning how to consistently choose the thoughts that will move you forward. The most important aspect of mastering your mindset is adopting a growth mindset. This concept, introduced by psychologist Carol Dweck, is the belief that your abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. People with a growth mindset thrive on challenges because they see them as opportunities to learn and grow. They understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth, but a necessary part of the learning process. With a growth mindset, you're not limited by your current skills or knowledge. Instead, you're driven by the belief that you can always improve and get better with time, effort, and experience. A growth mindset allows you to view obstacles differently. Instead of seeing a challenge as something to avoid, you begin to see it as a stepping stone on the path to mastery. When things get tough, people with a fixed mindset, the belief that their abilities are set in stone, often give up because they fear failure or feel inadequate. But with a growth mindset, you approach difficulties with curiosity and determination. You ask, what can I learn from this rather than, why is this happening to me? This shift in perspective is incredibly powerful because it keeps you moving forward, even when the path is difficult. Mindset mastery also involves cultivating self-awareness. You have to understand the internal dialogue that runs through your mind every day. What are the stories you tell yourself? Are they stories of empowerment, or are they limiting beliefs that hold you back? Many people are unaware of how their internal narratives shape their lives. They operate on autopilot, letting old beliefs, fears, and doubts control their actions. But when you become aware of your thoughts, you can start to challenge them. You can ask yourself, is this belief serving me, or is it limiting me? Self-awareness is the first step in breaking free from limiting beliefs. These beliefs often develop over time, shaped by past experiences, failures, or the opinions of others. They become ingrained, convincing you that you're not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. But here's the truth: you are not your past, and your potential is not defined by your previous failures. Mindset mastery means recognizing these limiting beliefs and choosing to rewrite them. It's about replacing them with empowering beliefs that align with the vision you have for your life. Another key aspect of mindset mastery is learning to control your focus. Whatever you focus on, you feel. If you focus on problems, you'll feel overwhelmed. If you focus on possibilities, you'll feel empowered. The mind has an incredible capacity to amplify whatever you give attention to. Mastering your mindset means training yourself to focus on solutions, opportunities, and the things you can control. It's about shifting your attention away from what's going wrong to what you can do to make it right. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It means taking control of your mental energy and directing it toward productive thoughts. There will always be difficulties, setbacks, and things outside of your control. But mindset mastery is about choosing to focus on what you can control: your attitude, your actions, and your response to the situation. This shift in focus gives you power. Instead of feeling like a victim of circumstance, you start to feel like the creator of your destiny. One of the greatest challenges to mindset mastery is overcoming fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. These are powerful forces that can paralyze you if you let them. But fear is not the enemy. The real enemy is letting fear control your actions. Everyone feels fear. It's a natural part of being human. The difference between those who achieve mastery and those who don't is how they respond to fear. People with a mastered mindset feel the fear and take action anyway. They understand that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act despite it.
To master your mindset, you must also cultivate resilience. Life will test you. There will be moments of doubt, frustration, and setbacks that make you question whether you're on the right path. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from these moments stronger than before. It's about not letting temporary defeats define you or derail your progress. People with a resilient mindset don't give up when they hit a roadblock. Instead, they use adversity as fuel to push themselves even harder.
They understand that setbacks are temporary and that their response to challenges is what truly matters. A critical element of mindset mastery is developing emotional intelligence. This is the ability to manage your emotions effectively, especially in high pressure or stressful situations. Your emotions are a reflection of your thoughts, so when you master your mindset, you also gain greater control over your emotional state. Emotional intelligence allows you to stay calm under pressure, make decisions from a place of clarity, and avoid being swept away by negative emotions like anger, frustration, or doubt. It helps you maintain a sense of balance and composure, even when things aren't going as planned. Another essential piece of mindset mastery is cultivating gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant in your life. It's one of the simplest and most powerful tools for transforming your mindset. When you're focused on what you're grateful for, it's nearly impossible to feel fear, anger, or frustration. Gratitude grounds you in the present moment and reminds you of all the resources, opportunities, and strengths you already possess. It's a mindset that attracts more positive outcomes because it tunes your brain to see opportunities rather than limitations. Mastering your mindset also requires a commitment to growth. Mastery isn't a destination, it's a continual process of learning, improving, and evolving. The moment you think you've got it all figured out is the moment you stop growing. A mindset of constant growth keeps you curious, humble, and open to new possibilities. It's about being willing to ask questions, seek out new information, and challenge your assumptions.
This commitment to lifelong learning is what separates those who achieve lasting success from those who stagnate.
Finally, mindset mastery is about developing an unshakable belief in yourself. The road to mastery is long and challenging, and there will be times when external circumstances test your resolve. But when you truly believe in yourself, when you trust that you have the ability to figure things out, no matter what, you become unstoppable. This self-belief doesn't mean you won't face doubts or insecurities along the way, but it means that you don't let them stop you.
You move forward with confidence, knowing that no matter how difficult the journey, you have the inner strength to succeed.
Mastering your mindset is not just about thinking positively or staying motivated. It's about building mental toughness, emotional resilience, and an empowered perspective that allows you to navigate the challenges of life with confidence and clarity. It's about creating a mental framework that supports your goals, fuels your growth, and pushes you to become the best version of yourself. When you master your mindset, you unlock your full potential because you realize that nothing outside of you has the power to define your success, only you do. In the end, mastery is not about talent or luck, it's about the choices you make and the mindset you cultivate. The three paths we've explored, clarity of vision, consistent action, and learning from failure, are the pillars that will guide you toward any goal you desire. It's about knowing exactly what you want, taking relentless action in pursuit of it, and being willing to fail forward, using every setback as fuel for growth. But it doesn't stop there. Mentorship and modeling fast-track your journey by leveraging the wisdom of those who have already succeeded. Adaptability and resilience allow you to weather any storm, ensuring that no challenge can derail you for long. And finally, mastering your mindset is the key that unlocks everything. It shapes your reality, drives your actions, and determines whether you'll rise to meet life's challenges or be held back by them. The path to mastery is not easy, but it's worth every ounce of effort. When you commit to these principles, you won't just achieve your goals, you'll transform who you are in the process. Mastery isn't a destination, it's a lifelong pursuit, a commitment to constant growth, learning, and becoming the best version of yourself. When you live by these paths, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Your life, your success, and your future are in your hands. Now's the time to take action and claim the life you truly deserve.